Stay tuned for news on FM 91, WCIE Lakeland.
Good morning at 7:59. This is Rick Thomas with the Morning Report. Arson suspected in 2 European ferry fires within 48 hours of each other. The owners of a British ferry that caught fire early today say someone likely set the blaze with lighted paper or mattresses. 1 person was killed in the fire and 25 were hurt. In Norway, investigators say they believe a North Sea ferry fire was arranged. The burned-out vessel is in a Swedish port where fire crews are trying to bring out an estimated 150 victims. Indiana's governor says he's hoping the family of AIDS victim Ryan White will find peace in the teenager's campaign to bring the disease to public attention. The 18-year-old died yesterday in Indianapolis. White's doctor says White should be remembered for several things.
I would emphasize the ease with which he talked to presidents, to children in school, to physicians, to his family, the lack of bitterness, his feeling that education was the most important factor, just dispelling the ideas that were incorrect with respect to the transmission of the disease. That should be his legacy.
The FBI says violent crime was up 5% last year, while property crimes rose just 2%. And by region, the South and West had slightly larger increases in serious crime than the Northeast and Midwest. Conservatives are coming up winners in elections around the world. The right-of-center Democratic Forum has won about 43% of the vote in Hungary, while the New Democracy Party in Greece has claimed nearly half the seats in that nation's parliament. In Athens, the AP's Nikos Konstandrios says if the Conservatives take power, they've got their work cut out for them.
They have to tackle a crumbling economy with a $15.6 billion budget deficit for this year and a 17.8% annual inflation rate. They've got the socialists and the communists lined up against them and are not prepared to give in on any austerity measures that might hurt the working people.
A Cincinnati art show featuring controversial photos by the late Robert Mapplethorpe will be opened today on a judge's orders. The photos, some showing homosexual acts and naked children, have resulted in an obscenity indictment against the Contemporary Art Center. But a judge has ordered authorities not to interfere while the case goes to court. Remember that El Tourist family that was poisoned with rat poison a year and a half ago? Well, Polk Sheriff's officers have arrested the family's former neighbor, George James Drapel, and charged him with the poisonings that led to the death of Peggy Carr and left several children permanently affected. Officials aren't saying yet why they believe Drapel slipped rat poison into the family's Coke. The Space Shuttle Discovery, along with its payload, the $1.5 billion Hubble Space Telescope, is ready for launch tomorrow. Blast-off is set for 8:47 in the morning. And NASA officials say weather conditions look good. NASA Astrophysics Director Charles Pellerin hopes the Hubble will increase the interest of young people in astronomy.
Astronomy has a long legacy of being the perhaps most compelling of the science disciplines, and Hubble telescope will be, I think, a very, very key part of motivating our youth to once again undertake science in a very positive sense and show them that science is fun.
A spokeswoman at a St. Petersburg hospital says the surviving Siamese twin separated during surgery last week from his brother remains in critical but stable condition. Officials said that James Watkins died yesterday afternoon at All Children's Hospital, but the spokeswoman, Catherine Coleman, says Jacob is holding his own. An 18-year-old college student found innocent by reason of insanity Saturday in the drowning death of her newborn son says she wants to return to court. As a lawyer, Claire Moritz says she will return to Hillsborough Community College to begin her pursuit of a legal career. The time is now 3 minutes past 8, and taking a look at sports, the Magic lost to the Rockets yesterday in a high-scoring game, 146-123. In a showdown for worst record in the league, the New Jersey Nets trimmed the Miami Heat 102-101. 1 week after originally scheduled, Major League Baseball officially leaps into the 1990s today. And Nick Faldo won his second straight Masters green jacket yesterday by edging Ray Floyd in sudden death. The Central Florida weather forecast calling for partly cloudy and breezy today, a high of 80. And good news found in Romans 8. Who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is God that justifieth. That's Romans chapter 8, verse 33. I'm Rick Thomas.
WCIE, Christian radio for today.